Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Prowler from the Lizard Build-A-Figure wave. Here we have Prowler in the front window box. We got a Spider-Man logo at the top, Spider-Man's name in the front. We have some artwork here on the side of Prowler. It is the same on both sides. On the back we get a product shot as well as all the other figures needed in this wave to complete the Lizard Build-A-Figure. And at the top we have the read-up. Plagued by memories of his youth and desperate to prove his worth, Prowler turns to a life of crime. And at the bottom we have the UPC code, so you can take a look at your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that, let's get this open and take a look at Prowler. And here is Prowler outside of the packaging, and another classic Spider-Man character, so it is cool to see an updated release for him. The only downside I will say is some of the poses I feel like are going to be kind of tough because of this cape being plastic and not cloth, which I know Marvel Legends doesn't do cloth capes. But for agile characters, it can be a bit of a bummer when you have a plastic cape or the rubber cape like that, just because it does kind of limit some of the poses. This pose wasn't too bad though, because the cape is touching the ground, but by kicking it forward a little bit, it flares out. So yeah, there is potential. But he does not come with any kind of accessories. He does come, of course, with his Build-A-Figure piece, which is one of the legs for the Lizard, which we're not going to look at separately. We're just going to look at that once we put the Lizard Build-A-Figure together. So with that being said, we're just going to jump right in to get a better look at the Prowler. And getting a good look here at Prowler up close. And I actually really like this mask design. Looking up closer, I like that we can see the wrinkles in the fabric from where the nose is basically pushing the mask out. I think that is really cool and a great detail. Instead of it just being, smooth the way they have the Spider-Man masks, they actually have that minor little detail in there, so it looks more like a fabric mask over them. So that is really cool. The eyes, looks like that one a little bit off. Yeah, oh well, not a big deal. They still actually line up pretty decently. That one's just a little bit off. But the eyes came out looking okay, and I like this. I could see people wanting to use this head for maybe a Spawn. I don't know, that curl is a little bit more reminiscent of that. So, but looking down at the rest of the figure, so his cape does have sort of that big piece that goes around his neck, and yeah, not much else going on with it. And you can just lift that up over his neck, and he does have the peg there and the port in the back for the cape. But real quick, looking at the rest of the figure, so we can see, and I'm having a hard time remembering which body mold this is. It could be, is it Spider UK maybe? Yeah, it could be, because it looks like fabric again, so you have like the wrinkles and the stretching fabric, which looks very cool, and I like that. So it just doesn't always look like a spandex suit, even has right there where it's stretching over. So looks good. And then he's got these guys. I have no idea what those are. Not a huge, not a whole lot of knowledge on Prowler. So, but he's got those that came out good, and he's got his hands open and ready for battle. So that's cool. Paint on the logo on his chest. Yeah, it looks sharp actually. It doesn't look like we have too much fading or anything like that. So that came out well. Yep, good. It does have a loose belt. And the legs are nothing special. You get a different color purple plastic down here at the boot cut. And then you do get these guys, which look like they're meant to sit up higher. They do have a bit of a shape to them. So looks like they're probably meant to be pushed up there. Yeah, I'm sure they're just going to fall down anyway, so no big deal. But overall, I think it was a good-looking body mold, a good-looking sculpt, and the paint actually came out pretty sharp on this one. So yeah, let's go ahead now though and look at scale and articulation. And taking a look at Prowler here, we see he is coming in at about 6 3/4 inches tall, so one of the taller characters. We do have a head that can go all the way around. His chin is going to rub, though, on this, but not a real big deal. He can still bury his chin, but it does go underneath that, so that's kind of silly looking. He can look all the way back, but the back of his head kind of hits that. Again, it's not going to hurt it because it's a soft plastic, but it does sort of inhibit it a little bit. With the arms, you do want to be careful. You can see where, did I do it on this one? I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was a different figure. but actually you can see a little stress mark right there. So similar to some other figures, kind of push down on the arm. Otherwise, like right now, it's caught. But if I push down on it as I bring it up, you will be able to bring that up to a full T-pose. And of course, he does have full rotation. He has rotation at the biceps, double jointed elbow, and then he has hinge and rotation at the wrist. He does have an ab crunch that can go down that far. The cape will kind of hang depending on how you have it for his ab crunch backwards. He does have a waist rotation there, legs that can go apart that far, kick forwards, actually pretty far, kick backwards, almost non-existent, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. He does have a boot cut there, and then he does have hinge and ankle pivot. And here we have the entire wave displayed together along with the Lizard Build-A-Figure. We have Lasher, Spider-Man Noir, Gwenpool, Mysterio, the Lizard Build-A-Figure, Spider-Woman, Spider-Punk, and Prowler. Very good looking wave. And that wraps it up for this review, everyone. And overall, again, another very good Spider-Man character to have in here. Whether you're using him during his villain or anti-hero type stage, just a good addition all around for some really cool setups that you might have going. And that cape does not hinder too much. If Marvel Legends started doing some cloth capes, I think it would have to have some wire in it for us to be able to pose the capes. Otherwise, some of these dynamic poses work better with the plastic capes. And, even with that, you can still get them into some good stuff. So I like the body mold that they used. I think it was good. The Spider-Man 2099 mold might have been a little bit better so that you had those shoulder joints or the butterfly joints. But either way, still not bad. So I think he's worth picking up. And he's been one of the ones I've been seeing a lot in the shelves or on the shelves, kind of holding its spot. But with that being said, guys, that is it, like I said, for the review. Make sure to hit that like button down below if you like this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the figure or the review, either way. Make sure to subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching my video, and have a great day.